I don't care about the bring back performances. I'm just glad Adam Levine brought his hair back. Hey folks, this week was the live playoffs on Season 9 of The Voice. In this video, we're going to talk about the performances and results from Team Adam. First up is Blaine Mitchell. The song Adam picked for him this week was Never Tear Us Apart by NXS. Blaine says that the song means a lot to him because he just got married on Friday. Well, at least one good thing happened to him in the last week. Now, during rehearsal, Adam told Blaine that he couldn't be too dramatic with his performance, but, I don't agree with that, because, dude already looks like he was choreographed by Susan Lucci, so the drama should have been turned down a little bit, but he sounded great. If it were up to me, I would have kept him around, but he had a few things working against him from the get-go. Number one was being first of the night. Number two, he was a steal, and now I know some people love to point out the exceptions to the rule. So-and-so lasted more than a couple of weeks and they were a steal, but in general, the steals do not stick around very long. Number three, the whole hand thing, moving his hand around like a crazy person. And finally, number four, that awful, awful shirt. When you're a guy and Gwen Stefani tells you that she has an outfit just like yours, it might be time to consider going through your closet and start packing up boxes for the Goodwill, because that woman has wore some wacky shit over the years. But yeah, it was no surprise when Blaine was sent packing this week. Next up was Keith Semple. The song Adam gave him was To Be With You. And Keith was afraid that doing 80s rock, people might start thinking that that's who he is. You done it to yourself, buddy. You auditioned with an 80s rock song. You picked an 80s rock song for your knockout. When he auditioned for American Idol back in Season 9, he sang an 80s rock song on there, so, honey, you ain't been backed into a corner. You live in that corner. Adam's just giving you what he thinks you like. No, now Adam told him that he's doing something that nobody else is doing. Called him the Lone Rocker. I guess he already forgot about that dude that was on 5 minutes ago. Well, there's another clue that poor Blaine didn't stand a chance. Anyway, I thought this performance was just terrible. I know I complain about Blaine being dramatic. Keith Semple is 10 times more dramatic. He played the guitar for the first half of his performance, but after he swung it around on his back, though, it was like watching a caricature. He looked just so silly. He sounded hit and miss. It was really kind of sad. It was like a boy bander done lost his boy band, which is exactly what he is, so I hated it. And that's why I was almost convinced that Adam was going to keep him around, but he didn't. Next up is Shelby Brown. Shelby says that business has been booming at the bowling alley since she's been on The Voice. Apparently people are even driving from out of state. I don't know if I believe all that. I like Shelby and all that, but never, not once, has it occurred to me to pack up the car and drive to another state just to visit the old bowling alley where she used to sing karaoke. You ain't no Beatles, sweetheart. I think she may be exaggerating, or maybe people are just lying to her. I don't know. But anyway, the song Adam gave her this week was You're No Good. I don't know, I always thought that I would feel a little bit insulted and self-conscious if my coach gave me a song called You're No Good. But I think Adam more likely picked it because it's kind of country and it's not really his area, so he went with the only thing he really knew. I thought it was fine. She sounded good. I didn't like the song. It's one of those songs where you just basically finding 100 different ways to repeat the same 3 words, but yeah, the crowd seemed to love it, so you kind of knew she was going to make it through just fine. Next up was Amy Vachal. The song Adam gave her this week was The Way You Look Tonight. Not a whole lot to say about this one since it's basically the same performance that we've seen from her since day one. Fine, pleasant, boring. No way was she going to make it through on the votes, and unless she does something completely different and unexpected, she's going to be one of the first ones out. Next up, it's Adam's wild card, Chance Pena. Another chance for Chance. Not exactly who I would have brought back, but you can't really expect any rhyme or reason to factor into the decisions that Adam Levine makes on this show. So the song Adam gave Chance this week was Barton Hollow. Chance says that if he was going to sing in a bar or restaurant, this is the kind of song he would sing. Well, congratulations there. At least you know where your future lies, even if you were to somehow win, which is not even a possibility at this point. It wasn't a bad performance. If he were a little bit older, maybe it would have worked better. I just couldn't help but giggle, though. Every time he said, I'm a dead man walking, I was like, you damn sure are. And come time for Adam's comments, you knew for sure that poor Chance was toast, because Adam was like, well, whether you're on the show or not, you're a great kid. Translation, I'm not saving you. And since we knew he wasn't going to make it through on the votes, his fate was completely obvious. And the last of the night, Jordan Smith. Was there ever any doubt that Jordan was going to get the pimp spot as soon as the live show started? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Now, Adam says that he still can't believe how many views Jordan's audition got on YouTube, but, I don't find it all that surprising. We've seen this exact scenario plenty of times before. People watch it and they say, oh, it's so inspiring, and then they share it with their grandma on Facebook, and she shares it with all her bingo buddies. Everybody talks about how beautiful it was, and then when the next song rolls around, people don't give a damn anymore. Anyway, the song Adam gave him him this week was Halo, and it was fine. Not flawless, but fine. I thought it was kind of boring. We've seen it plenty of times on this show. Big singer with big songs, overpraised from the peanut gallery. I mean, they always talk about God and heaven and everything else, but yeah, they generally don't win, though, do they? He was the top seller on iTunes, though, and it is a short season, so maybe he'll win. But I'll probably always find him kind of boring. Okay, so on to Wednesday's results. Of course, they saved Adam for last, just like they always do in the playoffs. Since he's like really an expert at hemming and hawing and running out the clock, dragging the whole damn thing out until the credits are rolling. It came as a surprise to no one that America saved Jordan and Shelby, and then Adam decided to save who? Amy! After that boring performance, and the one before that, and the one before that, I didn't get it, but it's Adam, so I usually don't. No, I think Amy will probably be the first one out on his team, and Jordan is really his best hope for a win, but, you know, with these big singers, people generally get bored with him after a few weeks, but maybe he'll be able to survive, seeing as how the fall season is so short. I don't know, I guess we'll find out in a few weeks. But anyway, that is it for Team Adam. Be sure to check out my videos about the other teams later on. I'll probably have them up at some point this weekend, and then I'll see y'all next week for the top 12.